to do. So opinion is split, but generally when I'm speaking to people out on the streets and the majority of politicians, at least from the reformist camp, they're hoping that Biden will win, and hopefully there will be some relief for the Iranian economy and people.
But there has been some criticism of the Iranians themselves that they didn't really understand Donald Trump, that actually all Donald Trump wanted to do was change the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action to the Trump Comprehensive Plan of Action, in fact, just do a new deal, and that didn't happen. Is there a fear that actually it's too late for the Iran nuclear deal, that actually it's just gone away now, even if Biden wins?
Well, there's different camps, as I say. So the reformists are still holding on and hoping that they can salvage this deal. And the conservatives have said, look, we never trusted the United States. We knew that this would happen. We just went along with it because the reformists were in power. But the problem with the Trump plan, or at least the Trump deal, was that he wanted to bring on board, bring into play Iran's ballistic missile program. And now that's been a red line for Iran, because as far as they're concerned, Iran's missile program, Iran's defense, is central to Iran's defense. And one of the only reasons that Iran hasn't been attacked is because it's strong militarily. So Iran doesn't want to make any more concessions. That's at least what they're saying publicly. But there have been rumors and certain reports outside the country that there have been secret talks taking place between the United States and Iran. Now, no one here is confirming that. In fact, they deny it flat out. But that door is always open. There's always a possibility of secret talks. But at least in the face of it, Iran is saying we will not compromise. The red line is our defense. But they are hoping that the 2015 nuclear deal can be saved.
I want to thank Simona in Baghdad, Assad in Tehran as well. Thank you both. Donald Trump has radically changed the US role in the peace process between the Israelis and the Palestinians. His administration recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital and moved the American embassy to the city. He unveiled a peace plan that's been widely criticized by Palestinian leaders and negotiated a normalization of ties between Israel and 3 Arab countries, urging others in the Middle East to follow suit. Now, Harry Fawcett is our correspondent in West Jerusalem. Harry, it's often been described that Donald Trump is the greatest friend Israel has ever had. So clearly, if you're Netanyahu right now, you are really hoping that Donald Trump comes to power again. But are there any dissenting voices to that opinion?
Oh, well, there are some, but if you look at the polling of Israelis in terms of their support for Donald Trump, or at least their estimation of what a continued Trump presidency would do for Israel, I mean, it's very clear he would win in a landslide if Israeli votes were the only ones that counted. There's definitely a recognition in that, I think, of the various gifts that Trump has bestowed on the state of Israel during the last 4 years. You mentioned the moving of the embassy, declaring Jerusalem the capital of Israel, the Trump plan, and, of course, more recently, these deals that the United States has helped engineer with other Arab states, between Israel and Arab states in the region. And so you were here for some of those Groundhog Day elections over the last couple of years. You saw those enormous Trump-Netanyahu posters, Netanyahu brandishing his relationship with Trump as really evidence of his statesmanship and his wise leadership of the country. If Trump loses the presidency, of course, that causes a pretty big domestic problem for Netanyahu. He will have to both try to work with the Biden administration while perhaps returning to his public, outward-facing and domestically-facing sort of opposition, showing that he's the one who can take on a less friendly US president.
Well, let's bring in the Palestinians here. I was reading today an article that was quite interesting. It said that the Palestinians have simply given up on the US being an honest broker in any kind of negotiation, no matter who's in power. Is that something that you may have heard?
I certainly heard that from the man who used to be the PLO representative to Washington, Hussam Zumlot. He was chucked out when the United States administration shut down that mission in 2018. And he said something very similar to me. He said, basically, Biden presidency, even if it doesn't mean an immediate shift, even if he has many other things on his plate than trying to focus immediately on the Israel-Palestine issue. But if you look at what Nabil Shaf, an advisor to President Abbas, said a couple of days ago, that it's the most important thing that Trump goes. The Palestinian Prime Minister, Shteyer, also saying, God help us, God help the world if he continues in office. So I think the priority really is that Trump is voted out rather than any huge expectation of major changes under Biden.
Thank you very much to Harry Fawcett in West Jerusalem, and thanks to all our correspondents for joining today's Inside Story. We'll have full coverage of the US election, the latest results and reactions on air and online at aljazeera.com.
Citi TV is live. On DSTV, go to channel 363. On GoTV, access Citi TV on channel 182. On a digital TV, please press the menu button on the remote control and run a new search on your TV. Take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Citi TV on your television. Citi TV can be accessed on a free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and StarTimes box. Citi TV, it's your world.
A little bit more. Hold the angle right there. Good. Oh, I forgot to mention to y'all. I guess y'all already know. It's raining, and cars don't work the way they usually do when it's wet. So.
Do you want me to straighten it out?
Not yet. Now you can. When I tell you to, we're gonna take a turn left again. Now, left.
No. Oh God.
I'll go to the right a little bit.
No.
Right there. Good. Now, to the left a little bit. Hold on a minute. Slow down a little bit. Brake. Brake. Oh,
Sorry. I was
Slow
better
down.
last year.
Slow down.
Salsa beat. Voice message. Compose message. Voice message. Button. Then hold to record. Double tap and slide up to lock recording.
Selamat pagi Sasa. Apa kabar? Hari ini hari sibuk.
Tadi pagi aku nyetir sama temen aku. Hai Dea. Oh oke, yang itu ya, yang summer camp itu ya. Wow. Iya.
Aku punya sahabat kecil. Dulu aku satu TK, yaitu di TK Lebak Bulus. Namanya Andrea atau biasanya dipanggilnya Dea.